What's up? What's up? This is the ChoppedByT podcast where we get real, raw, authentic conversations. I'm your host, T. And to the right of me, we got Six. Hello, what's up?
What's the word? What's the word?
How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good today, man.
Yeah.
Feel like it's about to rain outside.
Yeah, it's a light chance of rain, but I think it's gonna be cool.
Right.
Bro. I think it's gonna be cool. Hopefully not. Anyway, I'm hoping it's gonna be. I got a situation with my son after this, so
Okay. What you got going on?
We're gonna go celebrate his graduation. He graduated from kindergarten.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Congratulations, little man.
Yeah. He said, "Dad, I'm so happy. I'm finally done with school." I said, "Nah, you got a little time to go, baby."
Right. It's the milestones, though. You know?
Yeah. But he hates school.
Hey. I
like
don't think he hates school. I think he just hates the fact, waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. 8 hours sitting in one place talking,
Right.
somebody talking in front of him. Yeah. That's the thing about school. Like, I think they need to reconstruct the whole system in school. Like, how they do it, because we on such an old format as far as like the structure of school. You sit in front of one teacher all day and you expect it to hold a child's attention and everything like that. You got kids. I'm pretty sure you probably done ran into a situation. You got boys?
Yeah, I got boys and girls.
So you probably done ran into a situation where you got the boys, right, and they so hype in class, or maybe even the girls too, and they want to put them on medicine. They saying, well, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. Mm-hmm. It's like they children. What do you expect?
Right. Like, hyper, man. Got all the energy.
My son want to get out. He want to fight. He want to exercise. He want to jump.
Right.
He want to burn all that off.
Yeah.
But anyway, man, Six, I'm glad you came on the show. I want to jump right into it. Born and raised in
Memphis. Well, I was born in Orlando, Florida. Raised in Memphis, Tennessee till I was about 14.
Yeah.
And I moved to Jonesboro, Arkansas.
Okay. Growing up in Memphis. What part of Memphis?
East Memphis.
East Memphis. Okay, growing up in Memphis, how was that experience?
Man, it was from what I can remember, it was a pretty good time, man. Pops got us up out of there though, cause it wasn't the road that I was going down anyway. It wasn't a good road, man. You know what I'm saying? Started young,
Yeah.
I wasn't the best kid, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How so though? What you used to do? What you was into?
Man, boy, bring back the memories, man. I was a good kid, man, until I started, as you grow older, you start getting your friend groups, man, want to be cool and stuff, and people was like stealing bikes and man, all types of stuff, man, stealing go-karts. Man.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I recall we stole a go-kart and from somebody, I don't remember, another neighborhood or something like that, man, and I was at school, man. The police came through and got me out of school.
Yeah.
Well, when I say I was so scared, man.
Yeah.
My daddy didn't play.
Yeah.
That was the bad part, you know what I'm saying? He ain't play around, bro. He was strict, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was so scared though. But I mean, it wasn't because of that, you know what I'm saying? It was more of a structure thing, man. Like you say, you being a parent, you want to give your kids the best, opportunity they can have. So, Memphis wasn't it.
Yeah, did you so you didn't have your mama growing up?
Nah. My mama passed when she passed when I was 8.
Yeah.
It was kind of a tough situation, you know what I'm saying? But, cancer took over.
Yeah.
Cancer beat it. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have memories of her?
Oh yeah. It's the lights, my bad, sorry. So my eyes too, that's another thing. That's why I got the glasses on. But my mom, she had a ovarian cancer. I think this is what it is.
Yeah.
Some somewhere along the lines of that. But I got memories of her, man. Spaghetti. That's why I love spaghetti, because of her. You know what I'm saying? And but I try to stress to people now, bro. Life too short. You know what I'm saying? I lost when I was 8.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine losing. I mean, the older you get, you know what I'm saying? It's not easy, but it's easy for you to cope with. You know what I'm saying? Versus being a kid. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, so
because you don't understand what's going on.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I salute my dad every day, bro, because he took 3 kids in, and it's like, these my kids, my responsibility.
Yeah.
And they ain't going to the system. You know what I'm saying? So I salute him every day. So
all of y'all weren't his?
Oh yeah, all three.
Okay.
Yep. Me, my brother, my sister, and then he took us 3 in, and I got an older sister that's 3 years older than me.
Yeah.
From my mom.
Okay.
So, which I get into that in a second, but my dad took responsibility of us, man, raised us, bro, and he just, he did the best he could.
Yeah, growing up just one parent, specifically father, usually it's the other way around. Like,
Right.
I imagine and he had to overcompensate a lot too for like the lack of your mother being there.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of times there, you know, by myself. Well, not by myself, but us by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, what can you? Me being older now, you know what I'm saying? Not really understanding when I'm young, but me being older now, like, yo, you did what you had to do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, shit.
You ain't let the system take us.
Yeah.
So you know, I could never knock you from that. You know. What I'm saying?
He stood up. Most men don't have that in them though.
Right.
Like, you know, so the fact that he stood up and then made extra efforts to try to make better lives for y'all.
Right. Yeah, he did that. He went out there every day, man, and worked. You know what I'm saying? And he actually drive trucks too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But back then, he drove trucks back then too.
Yeah.
And,
so growing up without your mama, or even your mama, I want to get back to that. Like, you know, you said you had memories of her and everything like that. What's this experience while you know, she passed away? What are you going through as 8-year-old you at the time when you seen her basically die right before you?
A bunch of anger.
Yeah.
Anger. It was a lot of self-anger, I should say. It was a lot of...
Like you blame yourself?
Yeah. A lot of mixed emotions, you know, like, was I good enough? You know what I'm saying? You know, the typical thing people ask, you know what I'm saying? So,
did you ever get therapy or anything for that?
I did. Actually, I mean, it was a school therapy at the time, but as I got older, I think a lot of my childhood anger carried up to me being, you know, growing or whatever. And eventually, I actually got therapy for my anger issues. I used to be a little firecracker, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I used to be a little firecracker. Then they had that Memphis mentality, man, you know what I'm saying? It's fight, you know what I'm saying? So it just, you know, it took a toll on me, man. You know, I got a track record, man, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, all this, you know, when I was younger, so.
So coming in, so you coming in, so what, around the age you start getting in trouble and everything like that? Around what age?
When I was younger, to me, when I was younger?
You said you got a track record, like a record, like
like that age, probably about man, I probably say I've been fighting all my life, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been fighting all my life.
Light skin too,
man. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
They love trying to play with the bright niggas.
You know, they try to play us, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like I said, I mean, I'm 10, bro. I'm running the block with 19, 20-year-olds. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, I know how to fight. You ain't gonna tell me, you know what I'm saying? This and that. No, we ain't finna go. But I say probably around like 14, 15.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's something we don't talk about either, though. Like, I grew up plenty niggas and all that too, but like we don't talk about that enough. Like, all of my partners that I know that's like brighter skin, we don't talk about that in our community, the colorism aspect. Like, bright niggas growing up had to like go extra hard. Like, my partners who bright skin was go overboard. Like, on for real, they had to go extra hard. Like, it's like, oh shit, you know, you got to do a little bit more when it come down to like throwing hands or we going out on a mission or something like that. You got to do a little bit more than the average nigga. It's just like to prove your point. Because you got, you know, curly hair.
Because you curly hair, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and I love my curly, man. I'm bald now, man. Well, I ain't bald, but I'm going bald.
It's going, be
going
like
away. You know
me. It's looking bad for me too. I hope not, though. But okay, so you moving around, you growing up. So you at 14, you end up moving to
Jonesboro,
Arkansas. Different environment, different situation. You older now.
Predominantly white.
How is that shaping your mind and molding you?
Man, I actually was mad at my pops. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, just to be straight up, like when we moved, I was so mad at my pops. And it wasn't even the fact that I was mad because we moved. It was the fact I had found my first girlfriend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I found my first girlfriend. We've been locked in for, I don't even know how long, bro. You know what I'm saying? Probably almost a year, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm young, you know what I'm saying? So love was like, it really was lust. You know what I'm saying? At the time. But I found her, man. We moved and it was just, bro, I don't want to move. You know, like my girl, away, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you know. But I mean, you know, but moving to Jonesboro, man, predominantly white, I think it was, man, it wasn't a lot of us, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot of us. It was maybe 6 or 7 when I first moved there. That was 2002?
Yeah.
2001, somewhere in there. You know what I'm saying? And there wasn't a lot of us, you know what I'm saying? But the group that we had, we, you know, kind of ran together, you know what I'm saying? And then eventually start seeing more and more because Arkansas State University is in Jonesboro, Arkansas. So, you know, being a college town, you know,
more black people come
more black people start coming, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, you start seeing more and more black people. But, the anger carried over there too.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of fights. You know, a lot of times, just, you know, I'm not with all that talk.
Yeah. How's your dad controlling that? How is he putting a cap on that? Is he over punching? Is he whooping you? Is he putting you on punishment, or he just too busy?
I mean, I think when I was, man, it's gonna sound crazy, man, but I think when I was, we actually was in, no, it was just before we moved. So I was roughly around the same time. You know what I'm saying? I had rode my bike to school. Pops told me, don't ride. He was like, I'm not playing with you. Don't ride that bike to school. I'm putting in his voice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, man, I'm not going to ride that bike to school, man. And he left for work. I said he sang, you know, he got to get up and go to work. He left for work. And we got up, whatever, and got dressed or whatever. I did whatever. Yeah. Hopped on the bike, man. But anyway, I rode to school, man. And after school, I was riding back, man. I'll never forget it, man. I was coming down. I was pedaling down Mill Branch, and coming down Mill Branch, man. The intersection. I don't remember Mill Branch or something. Intersection, man. I see my dad in the car going home, bruh. You talking about a kid stomach dropping, boy? Boy, I was on that bike sweating, boy. I was so nervous, man, because I knew when I got home it was over. You know what I'm saying? But I actually prolonged going home. I ain't go straight home. Yeah, I went to my homeboy house.
Yeah, you gotta hang out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah,
I can't see the crib is over.
But I finally made it to the crib, man, and you know, he was like, "Didn't I tell you not to ride that bike?" I already know it's whooping time. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, ain't no sense you whooping me because it ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And that kind of like my mentality in my mind, like I'm really sick of this. You know what I'm saying? Like I should be able to do what my friends do. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But not knowing that he wanted the best for me. You know what I'm saying? But back to answer the question, yeah, probably like, you know, he tried to keep it boxed. You know what I'm saying? But he understood that, hey, my son becoming a man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, you know,
he sound like a stand-up dude, man. I won't lie. Oh yeah, I won't lie. Yeah, shout out to him though.
1,000, bro. Shout out to Pops. Man. Yeah, love that boy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
So you leave, you graduate, and then you down here. How old are you when you moved down here? Oh, so you figure out you reconnect with your older sister, right?
Oh yeah. So we was living in Jonesboro. My day one. I'll get back to him too. We actually moved to Florida in 2016, 2017, somewhere there. Right. It was just spur of the moment, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
when you say we, your whole family?
Nah, just me and my homeboy.
Okay.
Yeah,
me
and my day one. We moved, whatever. It was just spur of the moment, man. He woke up one morning and was like, bro, let's move to Florida. I'm like,
How old are you at this time?
20.
So in your 20s, so you're kind of old. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. 28, 29, something like that, you know what I'm saying? And probably 28. But we moved there, whatever, man, and he ended up coming back. And I'm like, bro, I'm not going back.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
to Jonesboro, right?
Yeah, to Jonesboro. I've been trying to find a way out. I'm in Tampa, Florida, bro. Like, I'm not going back. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And but anyway, I get a job down there, man, and I did account management for errands for a little bit over 10 years, you know what I'm saying, somewhere like that. And but anyway, I was I was running the store in Florida, and I ended up meeting my ex-wife now. I ended up meeting my ex-wife, and we kind of like locked in or whatever when I was down there, and I moved back to we locked in down there, and we moved back to Memphis because I want to be back close to my kids or whatever, because I got tired of taking that 15-hour drive, man. It was, it was taking a toll on me. But we moved back to Memphis in like 2017, 18, okay. Somewhere in there, you know what I'm saying? But so then from Memphis, we moved to Mississippi from Florida. Then we moved to Memphis. And from Memphis, I was sitting in my game room, playing my game. My sister was down there.
Yeah, your older sister?
No, my younger sister. Okay. Yeah, so my bad. So I'm a differential, younger sister, older sister. I was playing, my younger sister was there, and I was playing the game, man, and she came in. Of course, she called me by my government name, and she the only person that called me by my government name. Yeah. I'm just like, whatever. Because my nickname Pooh, too. But she called me by my government name, and I'm like, what? She like, your sister on the phone.
Damn.
Like, what you mean?
You 29 at this point.
Yeah.
So when was the last time you seen her up until this point?
When I was before mom even passed.
Wow, so over 20 years.
Over 20.
Okay. Over 20. Damn.
Over 20. And yeah, it It was crazy. But she was like, yeah, she want to talk to us, you know what I'm saying? She want to meet us, whatever. I'm like, what's her location? You know what I'm saying? We going.
Yeah.
And whatever, you know. I'm all about me, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, we knew we had an older sister. We just, I mean, we only knew her first name. We didn't know her last name. Of course, by this time, she married, her last name changed, you know. She got her own little family or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, she give us the location, Louisville, Kentucky, you know what I'm saying? And we take a trip down there one summer. And, you know, I went to Louisville, bro, and I'm just like, Pops moved me out of Memphis.
Yeah.
I don't want my kids growing up in Memphis, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we packed the bags, man, and actually, it actually all happened within America, bro.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. I met my sister. We go to Louisville. I'm gonna say this is a 6-month time period. It happened so fast too. We met my sister. We go to Louisville. We visit. We come back. I'm talking to my ex-wife. You know, like, do we really want to raise the kids here? You know what I'm saying?
In Memphis.
Yeah. And we was looking at somewhere else. I think Kansas or something. I don't know. Because she was like, where you want to go? I'm like, it don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? As long as we just go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be in Memphis no more. You know what I'm saying? Memphis turned bad. But we figured out or whatever. I go to work. At this time, I got my CDLs. You know what I'm saying? I'm driving for FedEx or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we go to work or whatever. I go to work. And as soon as I go to work, first thing I see on the bulletin board is a posting for the opening, Louisville, Kentucky.
Crazy.
I'm just like.
And this was after you already had communication with your sister.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, well, we can go, but how are we going to do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got that type of bread.
Right.
Bro, I can't make this up, bro. Believe it or not. We talk about it. Bonus come around. We get the highest bonus FedEx done ever gave. I work for FedEx too. I drive trucks for FedEx. But we get the highest bonus we done ever got before in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
it all happened for
bro, this a sign, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We got to go. You know what I'm saying? So I took all that money, man, and moved us here, bro. Moved us to Louisville. And I've been locked in. I've been there since.
Let me ask you, so with your sister, right? Like, how did y'all lose communication? Was it just like, was your pops just like, there's no need to communicate? How is it like not a situation where you like, well, we got to keep in contact with her for all these years or whatever?
The last thing I remember, cause she didn't ever live with us. She lived at the time. I didn't know who she lived with, but now I know. You know, she lived with her dad and his parents.
Got you.
So the Scottish Inn, if you're from Memphis, you know what I'm talking about. The Scottish Inn on Shelby Drive. We used to live there. It was a hotel.
Yeah.
But my dad did security, so they made it, you know, the double room. Basically, it was our house. You know what I'm saying? And the last time I remember seeing her was there, bro. I remember we was talking. She came to visit or something. You know what I'm saying? And I remember walking out the door. That was the last time I ever seen her.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So and she was young too, I bet, huh?
Yeah.
So
she was. I said she only 2 or 3 years older than me.
Like 10, 11.
So she probably, because I'm 30. I'm 38 now, and
yeah. I can see that though. You know, too
about
far.
to be 38. Let me correct that. You know, I want to add a year on that.
Yeah, right. You don't want to age it.
Right.
Want to age yourself.
Yeah.
But I can see that though. Two fathers taking after the mother passed away. She the glue to keep that together. They take their 2 kids and they just lose communication.
Well, at that time, mom was still alive.
Okay, got you.
Mom was still alive when we at that time. So I don't know what the, I don't know what the communication is.
Yeah,
and it's a touchy subject for my dad. You ask my dad, he'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And anything you ask my dad anything about my mom, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that he don't know. I think it's more of a touchy subject for him. You know what I'm saying? So I love my stepmom to death. You know, don't get me wrong. I love my stepmom to death. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was,
I feel that. So, okay, you met your wife in Tampa. At the time, you said you're working as an account manager. So you meet her in Tampa. How long were y'all dating before you ended up marrying her?
2.
Or your ex-wife?
2.5 years, 3 years.
2.5 years, and you decided like I'm gonna go ahead and marry her.
Yep.
And you already had kids before then, or
yeah,
okay.
I had 3.
You had 3 babies already before then, and then you meet your wife and you like, all right, you meet your ex-wife and you like, all right, we're gonna get together, we're gonna get married, and then y'all eventually move back down here. Around what point? How long were y'all married?
We were married for 5 years. 5 years, and I actually thought about the last night. We married for 5 years and 2 months.
5 years and 2 months.
Yep.
So you say this the one, I'm gonna go ahead and marry her. And it's so much of our conversation on these shows around like relationships and marriage and stuff like that.
Right.
Up until probably like 2 weeks ago, I thought I wanted to be married. So somebody looking at the last show I just did, I say, yeah, I want to be married this time.
Right.
But now I'm kind of like, I don't know. I don't think it's a decision I want to make. So much around my talk now as a 32-year-old man with my friends is all marriage, relationships, building our life, and so on and so forth. That's a lot of our conversation. But it's so many men that's reluctant to do that. Like, it's like, so many of my partners like, man, I don't know, and all of that. Mm-hmm. And I had a dude on the show last show. I said, I think it was like 41% of marriages end in divorce. And I gave the reasoning of why these marriages end in divorce.
Right.
And I said, if you're thinking from an analytical mindset, with something with such a low success rate, 40%, that's pretty like a low success rate if you ask me. With something with such a low success rate, why would you bother about stepping into it and doing it if you're thinking from an analytical mind? And he gave a pretty good answer. He was like, everybody's situation different, blah, blah, blah. But you're a person who fall into that 41%, you ended up getting divorced. I guess my question to you is, what led to you to the divorce, and what made you say, like, all right, it's over with, I don't want to do this anymore?
First of all, I'll tell you, man, if you want to get married, do it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful experience, you know what I'm saying? However, my situation, it was more of a, set the record. She a great girl. You know what I'm saying? She a good woman, you know what I'm saying? Clothes folded, house duty, wife duties, you know what I'm saying? All that, you know what I'm saying? It was more of a 360 turn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She actually was gonna leave me. Mm-hmm. She took my car. Well, she took my car to go back home to see her mom, because at the time mom and them lived, another state. She go back home or whatever, and when she went back home, she found God.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Okay,
so
gotta do it.
He'll do it. So she come back. She gone for like 3 or 4 months. So this time, man, I done hurt my back and everything at work, She like, I need to come back. I'm like, nah, you good. But I knew, what I'm saying, I knew that we had the rocky times or whatever. Well, she come back, and I will never forget it, bro. She come back and she wearing a modest dress, a skirt. Mm. And I'm laying on the couch, and I'm like, what you got on?
Yeah.
Like, I'm laughing. And she looking at me, she dead ass, like, what's funny?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what you wearing? Like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like I can't even think of it. Amish people.
Yeah,
how they dress. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just to give you a little picture, and I'm just like, man, like, what is you wearing? Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she like, well, we need to sit down and have a talk. Pause. Not gonna knock her. I'm not knock nobody for their beliefs or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My beliefs is my beliefs. Your beliefs is your beliefs. You know what I'm saying? But she like, we need to have a talk or whatever. So she took a role of Pentecostal.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it kind of, transpired from there. Like I said, bro, she a great girl. I got much love for her, you know what I'm saying? But the level of Christianity she was on, the level that I was on, was two different things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it kind of like drew us apart. And I'm not saying that was the main part, you know what I'm saying? It was more of, she found herself and I didn't find myself.
Yeah.
So basically it was magnets, opposite end of the magnets going back, you know what I'm saying? And the arguments and the drama and the
And with them type of religions like that anyway, it's a lot of pressure to with them type of denominations of certain religions, it's like it's a lot of pressure for both people to be doing it.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure you was probably receiving a lot of that from her, like, hey, come to the church, hey, we need to do this.
Right.
And it's a completely different lifestyle at that point, too.
And it was, and it was something that, I wasn't mentally prepared for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was something that I didn't have no control over either. You know what I'm saying? Because, who am I to say, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm your husband, but I can't tell you that you can't believe in your beliefs. You know what I'm saying?
How did she get there? Was it family? She just went back home to her family, and her family brought her back to it. Was she already? From
I think
there?
so.
Yeah.
Because she was telling me that she used to be. They was real big in church.
Yeah,
her mom, especially her grandma. You know what I'm saying? I let her shout out to her grandma. The lady. She don't speak English, but she she tell me I love you all the time, whatever. But you know what I'm saying. And but
is she Hispanic?
Yeah, she's Hispanic. She Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, it was her family was mainly in church growing up. However, the older you get, you kind of drift away or whatever. And she went back, to her mom's house, and she was saying that, like she was lost.
Yeah.
She was finna get a divorce. She was finna divorce me. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, well, let's try church first and see how it is. And she took that vow to be Pentecostal, and it just kind of. I mean, it was more of a. Like I said, I don't knock people's beliefs, but it was more of a slap in my face.
Yeah, that's tough though. That's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, that's tough. That's a tough transition. You already talking about two different cultures anyway by her being Puerto Rican.
Right.
And then now you welcome in this extra stuff with like religion and all that. I mean, that's one of the causes. I'm pretty sure religion gotta be different religions gotta be at least top 10 causes of divorces and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. No.
Has to be. Yeah. Somewhere in there. You know what I mean? Because it was, man, I'm telling you, bro, it was the things that, because she was strictly by the book. If it wasn't in the book, she wasn't going for it.
Yeah.
So all this music and stuff that we listen to, like, nah, it wasn't none of that, you know what I'm saying? And like the movies and, different things, bro. It was just, like the relationship became a me thing instead of a us. Yeah. And when it became a me thing, once again, anger issues. No, I did not put my hands on them. Stop y'all right there. Yeah. But I had anger issues, so my trigger, the way I thought, you know what I'm saying, it was just like, I don't really need this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I
mean, shit, you got the right to do that.
I don't really need this. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
They step out all the time and say it's over with.
Right. Right. Yeah. It was just like, man, so much stress, bro. And, like the world is being, and I watch a lot of your podcasts too, but like you said, being a black man in the world these days, and I'm mixed, but still, I identify.
Your mama was white?
Yeah, my mom's white, yeah. But, I mean, still, like people look at me and they be like, he black. But it made so much stress, bro, that we carry on a day-to-day basis. Not only with work and your love life and all this, but bro, just like personal things within yourself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Things that you try to work on, and it's just so much stress and
and then you having to deal with this big transition like that. It was kind of, I can see that. It should have been more problem on her and more communication about this, what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. She apologized for that. Yeah. She apologized for not communicating, that I'm making this step, Yeah. Because, I mean, technically you with my wife. Like, why ain't we talking about this? You know what I'm saying? This ain't boyfriend and girlfriend. Right. You're my wife. You know what I'm saying? So why we ain't talking about this?
Did you want to, was she like, when you decided like, hey, I want to divorce you, was she, did she give you any resistance on that?
She did.
Yeah.
She did. Because, I mean.
The religion.
Yeah. It was a lot of this, but it was a lot of this, and I got a real bad, I don't give a fuck attitude. Real bad. But that's how I learned to control my anger too. Yeah. So she talking and I'm just like one ear out the other. Yeah. I don't care. Yeah. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we went through it, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't know how much stress it was putting on me. Yeah. By doing it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the one that filed for the divorce. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how much stress it was put on me as far as I never really lived by myself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I always lived with a roommate or I always had, a girl or something to do it for me. You know what I'm saying? So I never really lived by myself. And now I'm integrating into a world. Yeah. Because now we got a house. We bought a house. We had bills. We had debt. Everything. Everything I worked for, I literally seen go in the trash. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So you kind of like started over.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one kind of. Yeah. Started all the way back over. Because, you know, like, even I'm the type, you know what I'm saying, that I'm going to make sure they good, regardless, you know what I'm saying. First of all, you got my kids. So that's out top, you know what I'm saying. And then second, like, I know that you're not able to do it by yourself now. Not saying that you couldn't, but you just, you know.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's tough, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was telling Bay the other day, I'm like, you know, like, I said, Bay, she must be talking about me. I was telling my homeboy the other day, you know what I'm saying? Maybe like it's something, bro, that like, nowadays you gotta have 2 incomes to survive, bro. Because he trying to find a spot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's tough.
Yeah.
Unless you got some extra stuff going on, it's tough to you know, be out here because it's just me here, you know.
Oh yeah. So you can only imagine, you know what I'm saying? Like everything fall back on you, bro. You know, like, and that's another thing that I need her to understand too, because it felt like everything was on me. Yeah. So if I go down, I like, hey, we fuck. We fuck because you can't pick it up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, she's oh my goodness, you would think I know. Right. She special education. Okay. Special education teacher.
Yeah. But they don't pay them much though. They don't pay teachers as much as they should anyway. You know?
Right. Yeah. Right. But I mean, still, you know, it was. She loved her job, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And she bilingual. So, you know, it was, you know, she was making a little bit of money, you know what I'm saying? But still, it wasn't enough.
Yeah. It ain't enough to do it by yourself. You know what I mean? Like them jobs like that, they be like thankless jobs for them teachers. Like it's like I think teachers and stuff should get paid more, but those type of jobs be tough. Man, so I want to jump back to your sister, like exploring their relationship. So you 29 when you meet her, not first meet her, but when you meet her after all of these years. Right. What is the interaction like? Do y'all pick up where y'all left off, or is it like?
No, man, it was crazy, bro. It was crazy, man. It was because me, my brother, my sister, me, my brother, my younger sister grew up together. You know what I'm saying? So our bond is already locked in. You know what I'm saying? It's like you and your, you know, I don't know if you got brothers, sisters?
I got brothers. Yeah.
So like you know, if y'all out somewhere, your brother do a certain thing, you like, oh, he doing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I mean, like the bond was there, and then to meet somebody that's of outside, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? It was, you know, it was
a transition.
Transition. You know, it was like, you know, you my sister, but I don't really know you.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. And is she mixed too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's mixed too.
Okay. I was gonna say that would have been even crazier if she was white. Like
but you know what? If you look at her, bro, if you look at her, you be like, well, I mean, I guess not, because my sister look white too. So you know what I'm saying? Like it's just yeah. My younger sister look white as well. Yeah. So, but yeah, she look white. I mean, you know, she definitely can pass for being, you know,
a white woman.
Yeah.
So it's like you get there, and so what are some of the you moved there, right? So
yeah.
Do you live with her when you moved there?
No. Okay. We moved to a 2-bedroom townhouse, and she stayed at the time. She stayed like 28 minutes from me. Yeah, it seemed like a long time. Like we live in the city, you know.
Yeah, oh yeah,
you know?
That ain't nothing.
Yeah, you know what's the speed limit? We don't know what that is. But so we she stayed on the other side of town, and it was more of a, you know, kind of see you on the weekends or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Which I think, like I said, I was more, because I drive trucks, so I'm working long. I'm overnight, you know what I'm saying? So it was more of her and my ex-wife, you know, they did more hanging out. You know
Yes. Are you intentional? Or are you like, we got to get to know her? And what's the dynamic with her and your younger brother and sister? Are they trying to get to know her and all of that as well?
Man, believe it or not, bro, at this current time, I don't even know her.
Damn. So it's still been like,
my brother and my sister. It was more of a. I said we had that bond, so we met her, and it was kind of like, all right, you know, relief. Damn. We know who you is. You know what I'm saying? We know. Like, I think she live in Clarksville now. Okay, she moved from Louisville. She moved to like Clarksville, back where people's at. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you know, we got on social media and stuff like that. So if we ever need to, you know, reach out to her or something like that, we could.
Yeah. I mean, I can imagine that's tough though. Does she have other siblings outside of y'all? Or you probably wouldn't even know.
I don't even know.
Yeah, damn,
I don't even know.
Damn.
You know?
See, that's always been because I had experiences. You see the stories where it's like dudes end up dating their sisters and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's like that I didn't know my father that well. I knew my father, but I didn't know his family that well like that. And I ended up dealing with like one of my first cousins. Not like no sexual, but like
right.
Like we was just like talking. Like,
right.
My mama is crazy how it happened. We in the store, and my mama was like, seeing me and her walking around the store with each other or whatever in Walmart. We just walking around Walmart because I seen her in Walmart. He's like, that's kind of like my little situation or whatever. So I'm walking around Walmart with her, and my mama and I see my mama eyes kind of squint. And like, mom finna hate. So me and her get done walking around with each other, and my mama was checking out or whatever, and I'm sitting outside. Walmart always has, as you walking out, the little bench where you can sit and wait outside. Right. So we just sitting on the little bench outside of Walmart, and mama walk out, and I see mama talking to him. I'm like, what mama saying to this girl? And she was I didn't know at the time until later, but she was asking the girl, or my cousin, do you know him? She was like, yeah, that's Onterio. That's my boyfriend. She's like, nah, baby, that's your first cousin.
That's crazy. Like that.
And they walked out with each other, and she was like, yeah, these are your first cousins, Onterio. This one, it was my first cousin and her other two sisters. Mm-hmm. It's like, these are your first cousins. I was like, shit, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
So, and we not from the city, we from a small town. So I can only imagine on a larger scale how some of that shit can happen like that. And that's been a fear of mine or whatever. That's why I'm intentional about letting my son know, his family and stuff like that too. Right. Even if they not around or it's hard for us to get around them, showing pictures and everything. Like, it's your cousin, it's this person. So
that's good for the family reunion. So people don't have it. They don't have them.
Yeah. But yeah, so okay, you said you moved to Tampa with one of your partners. You met him. Is a situation around you meeting them? Some type of situation around meeting your day one that you moved to Tampa with?
Yeah, man. Actually, we met in Jonesboro, and my first, I said it was a handful of us, there or whatever.
Black people,
yeah. It was maybe the first 2-3 days of school, bro. We almost got to fighting on the bus.
Yeah, you and your partner. Yeah. That's how it happened, especially with us men. That's how it happened.
His niece thought I called her the B word, but I ain't even know who his niece was.
Yeah.
He was looking at me, but it was the dude that was behind me. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like I'm from Memphis and I ain't good, bro.
Yeah.
All that talking, bro. Like, nah, come on, bro. We can square up. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't talking to me that way. You know what I'm saying? And but once we got out the bus, man, we about to square up. She was like, I ain't talking about him. And then he was like, oh, okay, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, we shook hands, bro, and we've been locked in ever since, man. Shout out to B, man. You know what I'm saying? We've been locked in ever since.
Hey, it's cool when relationships start like that. Y'all 14, 15 at a time? That shit just lasts long. See, it's hard for us men to maintain relationships with other men, and that's important, though.
Right.
I don't think people understand the importance, men especially, to have other like male figures around you in fellowship.
Right.
When you young, you be so focused on, all right, we're going to all get together, we're going to bring these women around. But then that kind of pass and you get older and you get settled in and you ain't so like sexed out like shit. If fucking women getting hoes out, you ain't out on that no more.
Nah, you grow up.
You like,
you know what I'm saying?
Bro, like, let's go go hoop or something.
Right, let's go do something, man.
Let's go to the bar and talk about our lives, So it's like the importance of that. So that's a beautiful thing, man, that you got somebody that you can that you got now that's your partner and being your partner.
I'm glad I met him too, bro. And my years, bro, we were talking about it the other day on the phone, like just bringing up the past and reminiscing, man. My 20s, bro, my 20s was something different. Yeah. That was something different, bro. Like, no lie, bro. Like,
had fun, huh?
Man, I had fun, bro. I had a blast, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't change nothing about it, bro. Like people say that they can go back and change their lives, bro, just from, financial to love to whatever, bro. Like my 20s, bro, I don't care what y'all. My 20s was lit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to change nothing. I go back before that and change anything. Yeah. But my 20s, nah, we ain't touching them. Yeah. Them for the books. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So yeah.
For sure. So something that me and you, or at least that you shot to me when we was having a conversation about the show was like your 5-year plan and what you want to do. My first question to you is, what motivated you to have your 5-year plan and what motivated you for the 5-year plan or to even develop a 5-year plan? And I guess you can speak more to that for the people listening, because I'm pretty sure somebody out there that want to develop their own 5-year plan as well.
Life. Life. That's what motivates me, bro.
Yeah.
if you can wake up right now and open your bank account and you ain't got double all your bills, you ain't doing something right.
Yeah.
You ain't doing something right.
Yeah.
People don't just say that, man, just because, this is the day and age we live now. Mm-hmm. People say that because that's how you be successful. Mm-hmm. Whenever you go apply, when you apply for a house or you apply to rent something or whatever, they want you to make what you make plus times 2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or times 3.
Or times 3.
It was times 3.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, they want you to make that because they want to see that, hey, if you do fall in hard times, you able to get out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you don't look at life that way, if you fall in hard times, how are you gonna get out of it? It's people that wake up every day and just life. Yeah. Let's not do nothing
No
today.
plan,
you know what I'm saying?
No execution, no motivation.
No nothing, bro. And that's mind boggling to me because, but growing up, my dad, like I said, he raised us 3.
Yeah.
He was a worker. So, that's how I live. But man, like the grind mode, bro. Life is what,
Yeah.
I'm always looking ahead.
Yeah.
And, the knucklehead, I ain't gonna say her name, but little knucklehead, you know what I'm saying? Like I be trying to tell her, like, stop waiting till last minute to do stuff.
Oh yeah, you can't.
That last minute stuff, bro, that ain't me.
Procrastination ain't it.
Right.
But you understand that too, because you older. We older.
Right.
We understand that, Mm-hmm. Took a little time probably I know it took some time for me to get there. I'm pretty sure probably
same
for you.
Yeah, a lot of dedication, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of dedication, a lot of hard work.
Yeah. So your gaming situation, because I want you to put that out there too. So you still, are you gaming now? Is that something that you still doing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking a break from it.
Okay.
I got real addicted to gaming, man.
Easy to do. That shit is fun, bro. That shit fun.
I don't think you understand the type of addiction I'm talking about.
Nah, I understand.
I ain't even want to go to work addiction,
I understand.
bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, I'm sorry to interrupt you. My part of my body, but like, so okay. I got an addictive personality.
Oh yeah. So you might know that. You might know what I'm talking about. Yeah. It was very deep. But you know what? Before I go in there, I don't know if you can find it to put in here or whatnot. If I run back across it, I'll send it to you. But I seen something on TikTok yesterday, a day before yesterday, and he had a game switch in his hand. He said, "Man, you know why men are so addicted to gaming? Because when we finish something, we feel love, we feel celebrated, we feel, like we accomplished something. And, people of the world don't tell us that every day. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's I mean,
maybe I'm on to something,
right? I don't know if that's what I'm chasing. And, I might have misconstrued his words, but if I find a video, I'm gonna send it to you. So
I'm gonna look for it.
So you link it in, and but like it became addictive. It wasn't even because of the celebration, man. It was just because I was running away from my problems.
Yeah,
life was life, and you know what I'm saying.
I feel it.
And when I got on that game, put them headphones on, nothing else mattered.
Everything go away.
Yeah. And then I met, Pooh. You know what I'm saying? Met her ass, and things just kind of,
Yeah.
But I mean, we started streaming, man. We started going up, bro.
Yeah.
We started going up.
Yeah. I think if you start developing the mindset of treating it like a business and saying like, or work and say like from this time to this time, this is what we gonna do.
Right.
We're gonna structure this in this way. We're gonna do that. I think you can manage it a little bit and you'll reap the rewards because y'all, like you said, y'all go up.
Yeah.
People want to see that.
People all over TikTok, man. If y'all follow the gaming page, y'all know. If you don't, go follow us.
What's the gaming page?
It's either my name under is ZK. ZKY, and then her name is It Girl Jade. So I mean, she did more. She did better than me. She did like 26,000 views
women
on one.
Always gone.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But she was so nervous, bro, because she was like, I want to stream, but I don't. I'm just like, man, look, do you?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, girl, it's a virtual world game, but still, it was us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was us.
Yeah, you never know, like, this, you'd be surprised how many people walk into this room and jump on the show and we talking and everything cool. As soon as the lights come on, the camera come on, it's like, it's a weird feeling. It's like, for certain people, it's like, damn, they get nervous. I mean, Pooh, when she came on the show, she was shaking. I'm like, You don't never want to ask because you don't know what people going through as far as health.
Right.
I'm like, is she nervous? She's like, I was nervous. That's why I was checking. So I'm like, you know,
she be nervous when the sun comes. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, yeah, even when I walked in, man, you got a beautiful setup. But I mean, even when I walked in, man, it was like, you know, that's what people see on TV.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
It's just what I done seen, you know, videos behind the scenes stuff, but you know, I ain't never seen it in person, man.
Yeah, So it's different, man. It's just a different nerve. It's like, and then you put it out, and then hell, when I clip this up between clips and long form, because you in this world, so you know how this works.
Right.
You stream, so a lot of people don't. I count it all. Long form is the one that you want people to check out, the full thing. Right. But between clips and long form, it's gonna get thousands and thousands of views. You know?
Traffic, man. Drive-by traffic, as we call it. Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, hell, on my YouTube now, I just check the analytics on my shit. I'm averaging like 15,000 views every 48 hours between shorts and long form content.
But I mean, like I said, I you know, I ain't just saying it because I'm on your show, you know what I'm saying? Because I tell you, but I don't watch the podcast. Yeah. I watched pretty much all of them.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
It's something that, you know, it's entertaining, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't, you know, a lot of people get on here and especially being, you know, the host, if people don't know how to talk or people don't know what to say or what to do, you know, you being the host, you got to bring it out.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to make them, you know, ask them questions that, you know, like make them talk, you know what I'm saying? Because don't nobody want to go here and just see me sitting here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know, and that's the main reason why I watch them, because you actually, you know, I seen the structure around it, you know, because I break down videos, but you forcing people to speak on, you know, certain things or whatever the question might be, you know what I'm saying? You bringing it out of them. So, you know, congratulations to you for doing that. You know
I appreciate that, man. And I appreciate you watching too. It's just curiosity. I'm ready to get to a point to where, you know, you got these, I feel like I don't even care to speak with people. I mean, I care to speak with people doing extraordinary things. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But the common man, you know, I feel like everybody has their own story and their own narrative. You hear a lot of this, people like, what am I going to talk about? I don't have nothing to talk about. It's like, it don't have to be so topic oriented. I just really want to hear your story because, like, you imagine what you've had to go through up until this point. And there's no way we would need, you know, 2-3 days worth of footage to even scratch the surface of it.
Right.
But you lost your mother at 8 years old and you internalize that and you blame yourself and you dealt with all these emotions. And then you transition into life figuring it out with just your father, but you still missing that maternal aspect from your life.
Right.
And then it probably was a dynamic where, and you can't even, it ain't like you had an older sister to depend on because your older sister is wherever.
At this point, I'm the oldest.
You know, and you the oldest, so you have to take up that mantle and that responsibility, and it's a lot of anger and it's a lot of frustration. And then, hell, I didn't even know this until you said something because I would have never guessed. I would just thought you was a brighter skinned guy.
Right.
But now you got the aspect of like cultural differences too because you a mixed dude.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you got light skinned dudes, then you got the mixed dude. That's a step. They even go hard on it, you know. So it's like, and then you got that element, man. So it's like you got a story, you know. And the better you get at refining that story and telling that story, the more. Well, not the better you get, but when you got somebody who just genuinely curious about your story, asking you a question that matters, that means something. So, and I mean, I find it fascinating that you had to go through all of that. You know, I can sit on the phone and talk to people like yourself or most people for like hours, just because I'm just curious about what happened in the life and how did you battle with that.
Right.
So with your eyes and stuff, and we're gonna cut it off out of this.
I know,
you said it was some the light bother your eyes.
So
I'm an asshole. So I should have just
you good, bro. So it look like I'm crying, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. Certain lights make my eyes water.
Got you.
I actually had cataract. I was the youngest person to go to that center at the time. I think I was like 20 something. I don't remember, but I had a cataract in my left eye. They say it usually come from blows to the eye, you know, severely damaged, or old age.
Yeah,
I had neither one, so they didn't even know how I had a cataract. I ended up getting LASIK done, which I could see perfect out this eye.
Gotcha.
This eye right here, they ain't worth nothing.
Yeah,
but I carried it so long, you know what I'm saying? I literally was blind in this eye. I carried it so long, you know what I'm saying? But certain lights and certain things that I don't know what it is, bro. It just make my eyes just water.
Yeah, did you get LASIK in both eyes?
No, just the left eye.
I hear LASIK sometimes there's a lot of light sensitivity with LASIK. I hear that sometimes.
Yeah. because I ain't get it once, I got it twice. I got it twice. I got the cataract removed, and then if y'all ever got LASIK, you know what I'm talking about. But I got the cataract removed, and then I had got that scar tissue film back over my eye. I had to go back in and get a LASIK again to remove that scar tissue, just so I could see, you know, fine.
Yeah, that's my shit, man. I've been wearing glasses since I was 4 years old.
Oh yeah.
So I know.
Yeah.
Like I've been. Shit, I mean, it's America. I can see.
I'd have to put the glasses back on. You know
listen, shit. I used to be kind of, you know, playing sports. You don't want to wear them, but shit, I've been wearing glasses. You know, since I was 4 years old. My son got them now. It's so funny just seeing him walk around looking like me with them damn glasses on.
Right.
But yeah, I get that shit all too well. And the importance of sight. They actually started teaching me how to read Braille when I was in preschool, because they was like, there's no way he'll end up being blind.
Right.
If you know anything about vision, my shit is my prescription just for like my contacts and stuff like that is like a plus 8.5, almost a plus 9. So it's just like
where your glasses at now?
They in there. I showed the motherfuckers to you. They waited.
Right.
There's some weight on them.
Yeah, don't need you going out upstairs without them glasses.
Yeah, no, I got the contacts on, so I'll be good.
Okay.
Yeah, I got them on, so I'll be good.
Right.
But yeah, man, them motherfuckers is like, vision has always been. I don't think people understand the importance of vision. Like, it's funny. I keep my glasses right beside my bed in case it's a creep in the night. I gotta grab them, because if not, I'm fucked.
That's over with. Yeah.
Motherfuckers gonna take whatever they want out of here.
And I was wondering too, man. Like when people like go to sleep, man, and whatnot, you know, it's like they take the glasses off when you first wake up. Like if you turn over and look at your other person, like how you know that's your person? Especially if you blind, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know, they can be anybody. I mean, of course you're gonna see the the outline, but you know, to get the details or whatever. And,
but that shit about senses getting stronger too is good. Like sometimes it's funny. I tell my son if we'll be getting out of the car at night or something, he'll have the iPad blessed. I'm like, I've caught myself saying this. Cut that iPad off so I can see. You get what I'm saying? Because like my vision, my hearing is more of my vision. Like,
bro,
you know what I'm saying?
That is funny, bro. I'm laying there last night, bro. We about to watch a movie, and I was like, I'm cutting these subtitles off, and she was like, "No, don't cut the subtitles off because I ain't gonna be able to hear the TV." It didn't. She said it like 3 or 4 times. It didn't dawn on me, and I'm like, and I get done. I'm like, there they go. They finally out, and I'm like, wait, what you say, bro? And she just bust out laughing, bro, because like I'm like, what you mean you can't hear without, you know? But yeah,
kind of the same thing.
Kind of same thing. But it was funny though, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
For sure. But man, Six, I appreciate you coming on. You always welcome on the platform. Whatever you're doing, if you want to promote something that you got going on, or you just feel like, hey, you know, I got more to talk about. I think this will help people. Whatever, man. You always welcome on the platform. Just let me know.
Sure,
you know, and
I will say one thing though, man. Before we end it, you know, through my whole life, bro, I'm proud of myself. Yeah, I'm successful.
That's important.
I'm successful.
Yeah,
I would say I'm successful, bro.
All things considered.
You know, no matter what, even if I go out here today and something bad, you know, knock on wood, something bad happen, you know what I'm saying? I still gonna be like, I did life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I did what I was supposed to do. Yeah. You know.
It's important. So, it's important. But yeah, man, thank you for coming on the show. And like I said, anytime.
For sure, bro. For sure, bro.
Listen, this is the ChoppedByT podcast. We'll get real, raw, authentic conversations. Until next time.